time to talk about shoe rotations again. I am about 8 weeks into my training block for the 2025 Berlin Marathon. So I thought it was a good time to talk about, now that we're kind of halfway through, what shoes I've been using, how I've been kind of rotating through them during my week, and which ones I'm liking for certain types of runs. Let's get into it. First shoe up on the list is my New Balance 1080. These have been a staple of my training and shoe rotations for years now, probably. I think even last year when I did the shoe rotation video, the 1080s were on my list. So this is the 1080 V14. This shoe is a shoe that I use for easy and recovery runs. I typically run like my 3 mile, 4 mile, 5 mile kind of easy runs in between my quality sessions and my long runs in this shoe. I know that when I put these shoes on, I'm gonna feel comfortable and relaxed. And this shoe, price-wise, it was around, I think $165, and I think they just came out with a bunch of new colors, New Balance did. So it's a great kind of shoe just to have in your staple rotation. It is pretty good stability-wise, so if you need that, this would be a great option for you. So yeah, that's the 1080. This season, I actually branched out and went with a new brand and picked up these Adidas. These are the Evo SL. I was hearing really good reviews about this shoe and just had to try it for myself. One awesome feature of this shoe is that it's really light. It's only about 7 ounces. They're probably the lightest shoe I have in my rotation. And from what I have heard, basically, Adidas took their Light Strike Pro foam that they use in their racing shoes and they put it in this kind of everyday training shoe. So the foam is really nice and bouncy, really responsive, and the upper is super light. So I have been using this shoe for some recovery runs and everyday runs, but also using this shoe for a lot of my speed workouts because it's bouncy enough to get me through those quality sessions, but still comfortable enough to get me through those warm up and cool down miles as well. So I've been really liking adding this into the rotation. I will say my one thing with these is that I did have to size down. They were pretty long in the forefoot and just big. So my regular street size shoe is an 8.5. I wear a 10 in most of my shoes, and these I ended up getting in a 9.5. A huge plus is that these are only $150. So they are pretty good price wise in terms of running shoes these days. I know that seems kind of crazy. And Adidas also just came out with a bunch of new colors. There are some really bright, beautiful colors in these shoes. If you can't find these at your local running store, don't be surprised. You might have to go to one of the big box stores to try them on, but otherwise you could order them online. Our third shoe is a shoe that I have also had for a while, and I'm on my second pair of them. This is the Brooks Hyperion Max 2. This shoe I love for long runs, and especially for long runs that have pace work in them, because I think they have a nylon plate in them. They're really nice and responsive when you need them to be. Unfortunately, these are also my heaviest shoes. I think they're like 9 ounces, but I really love them for long runs, so much so that I bought a second pair. One sort of bummer with these is that Brooks just came out with the Hyperion Max 3. So these, when I bought them, were $180. I think they're on sale right now for about $150, but the Hyperion Max 3, which they just came out with, is $200. So more expensive than these Max 2s. Another really nice thing is that they are really grippy on the bottom. Actually, that's my one gripe with the Adidas shoes. Where'd they go? They're not very grippy. Like, if you look at the bottoms, they do have rubber, of course, on the outsoles here, but I just feel like I'm gonna slip in these sometimes. These ones, I feel like I'm good to go no matter where I'm running. I have a fourth pair of shoes that I sometimes switch in for my speed workouts, and that would be my New Balance SC Elite V4s. So these are carbon plated race day shoes. I wore these for the New York City Marathon last year. I'm undecided right now if I'm gonna wear these for Berlin. The V5s actually come out next week, and so you bet I will be trying those on immediately and seeing if I like those. What I have really liked is I also had the New Balance SC Elite V3s, and so after those were kind of like not suitable for racing anymore, I would wear them for speed workouts, and so that is kind of what I'm doing with these. But these still have a smaller amount of mileage on them where it would be possible for me to wear these for Berlin. My big gripe about these is that the heel counter is so short. It worked out because I wear higher socks, and so I didn't really have to worry about it. And the upper in these is like terrible. Like this tongue, I don't know what New Balance was thinking, but I love running in these shoes. The feel of them is so great. These to me are sort of like every once in a while, maybe once every other week I will wear these shoes. I wore them a couple days ago for a quality session and just felt like I was flying and I loved it. These are the V4s. Again, the V5s are coming out soon. I think these were $250 when I bought them. They are now on sale for $200, and then we'll see what the V5s come out at. I'm sure they'll be probably around $250. So I'm glad that if I'm not gonna wear them for another marathon, I will still utilize them on my speed days and for shorter races, 5Ks, 10Ks, halves. And then we'll just see, I'll let you know what I end up picking for the Berlin Marathon because I haven't quite decided yet. That is my rotation. I found that while it's not always the most cost-effective thing, having at least 3 different pairs of shoes, 4 optional, really helps me. I think mentally, I get excited to put on a different pair of shoes every day. And physically, it is nice to have different brands, different feels, some plated, some not, some super squishy, some a little more supportive. I think it just like changes up how my body feels. And I don't feel like I'm constantly wearing down the same pair of shoes. I know it's not always cost effective to have a shoe rotation. So some tips, maybe stick with 2. Maybe buy the same pair of shoes, but alternate which days you wear them if you really love one pair. But also, kind of like with these Hyperion Max 2s, they just put out the 3s, and so the 2s are on sale. So look for shoes that are maybe a version or 2 behind, because they're gonna be at a reduced price compared to the brand new version that brand just put out. You can also find some discount shoes on other websites like Running Warehouse or your local running store. They might have a sale section as well. So if you're looking to build a shoe rotation, try out some different shoes. I highly recommend going to a local running store where the people who work there truly know running shoes and can really look at you and your form and your feet and help you find something that is going to help you train for whatever you're training for. Okay, so that's my shoe rotation. I hope this was helpful or interesting. Let me know if you have any questions about these shoes. I can put the links and the names and the prices and all that good stuff in the description below. If after looking at this, you think there's a pair of shoes I would like, let me know. I'm always down to try a new brand. If you have ideas for a race day shoe that's not the New Balance SC Elite, let me know. I've been looking at an Adidas shoe, but I haven't tried them on yet. So that's gonna be my job, I think, over the next month, is to decide what I'm gonna wear for my race day shoe. I'll see you next time. Check out some of my weekly training vlogs and my last shoe rotation I did, which was probably about a year ago. So see ya on the channel.